Hello, Phantom fans, and welcome to this special bonus episode of the Dump and Chase Podcast Draft Recap Special. My name is Sam Olmstead, and I am joined by another very special guest. He is the Phase 2 10th round pick of the Phantoms, and he is only the second Youngstown native to ever be drafted into the USHL, and the first by the Phantoms. That is defenseman Cal Huston. Cal, welcome to the Dump and Chase Podcast, and thank you for stopping over to talk for a few minutes.
Thank you very much for having me.
So I said that you were the second Youngstown native to be taken in the USHL draft, the first being goaltender Michael Hauser, who was drafted by Des Moines back in 2008. And if you are a Penguins fan, you have seen him a time or two in recent memory with the Buffalo Sabres. So you're in small but pretty good company there.
Yes, most definitely.
So what was May 3rd like for you, not only when you found out that you were drafted to the USHL, but you were drafted by the Phantoms?
Definitely a nerve-wracking day going to school and just skating. Like, I definitely had that in the back of my mind. And then I actually was one of the last guys off the ice, so all the other guys on my team got in the locker room before me, and then they all came out yelling and hooting and hollering for me, telling me that I got drafted. Then once I got back into the locker room and got to see that it was by the Phantoms, that was definitely like super exciting and definitely like a sigh of relief knowing that it was right in my backyard.
All right, so how did you get started in hockey?
When I was very young, I think around 3 years old, I began skating here with my coach named Miss Sarah, and she was a power skating coach, so I skated with her for a year, and then I started Little Pens here as well, and then played here in Youngstown for, I think, 3 years through Mites, and just continuing skating with her, and then I moved my way on to Kent Cyclones, then up to the Pens Elite organization.
Okay, what was your experience with the Phantoms growing up? I mean, were you a Phantoms fan? Did you go to a lot of games, or?
Yes, most definitely. Even before the Phantoms, the Youngstown Steelhounds, I went to some of their games as well. And then once they got changed into the Phantoms, like, we were there every other weekend all the time. I remember watching some of those guys back in the day, all the way up to Kyle Connor.
Okay, now you've spent the last few years in the Pens Elite system. Can you talk a little bit just your time there and how that went for you?
Yeah, that's been an extraordinary time for me. Definitely positively impacting my career, helping to get me to the next level. I mean, skating twice a day and working out twice a day definitely took off and helped me get to where I am today.
Now, a couple of your teammates from Pens Elite, Justin Stupka and Brendan Svoboda, for one, what talks did you have with them as far as the time they've spent with Youngstown so far, and the potential of you possibly coming up and joining them?
Yeah, even throughout the year when they got called up and stuff, like I went to the games and even talking to them before and after, like they gave me a little inside scoop of what it was like and how much they liked it, and they just told me like that we always talked about it and dreamed about it, how like the three of us could move on together to play at the next level, and that would be super exciting. So it was great.
Coming into main camp next month, does that help to ease the nerves a little bit, knowing that you're going to have a couple teammates there with you, guys that you're familiar with, have played on the ice with for the past 2-3 years now? Yeah,
I think most definitely, but I'm still going to be on my toes. I'm still going to be ready to the fast pace, bigger guys, bigger speed, but I think I'll be ready.
Now, what can you tell everybody listening in about who you are as a player and what we can look forward to seeing you in main camp?
I think a way to describe myself as a player would definitely be a fast-moving defenseman, offensive defenseman that makes a great first pass out of the zone, likes to join the rush, and has great vision.
That, you know what? I love that answer. That is like the least cliched answer I've ever heard from a defenseman. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
But yeah, so Cal, thank you so much for coming in and chatting with me. I hope the drive wasn't too bad.
No, 5 minutes down the road. Thank you very much for having me.
But definitely good luck to you in July with main camp. So that is the voice of Cal Huston, Youngstown native, and the Phantoms 2022 Phase 2 10th round pick. There's a lot of numbers in there. So that will do it for the Dump and Chase Podcast Draft Recap Special. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and we will be back with more bonus episodes and main camp coverage before you know it. Bye now.